Hello there, people of the internet. How's everyone doing today? I'm doing alright, thanks for asking. We got a rooster crowing in the background, and I heard Kevin screaming earlier, so we might actually start hearing Kevin again now that we're starting to near more towards the warmer weather, although we wouldn't know it with how things are right now. I was cleaning out my garage the other day, and I came across some electronics that no longer work. It's been a little while since I just did a blatant destruction video. Most of my stuff tends to be a little bit more informative, but I figured I'd come out here and we'd light some stuff up simply because it's enjoyable. Today I've got an Alcatel, however that's pronounced, whatever you want to pronounce that as. One of these generic old school cell phones, not a touch screen. You gotta press the buttons to text. This right here is definitely retro. These things right here used to be enormously tough, or at least the Nokia ones did. We're gonna see how this one right here holds up, though I imagine it's not gonna hold up very well against bullets and ammunition. Next up, we just have this old Samsung phone. This right here no longer works either. There's no SD card in it, no SIM card. I can't even get it to turn on, so it's a lot like my ex-girlfriend. Right, up next we have some sort of RCA iPad knockoff. I imagine that this right here was quite nice at some point, but it is horrendously scratched up. I get no response whatsoever from it. It doesn't seem to function even remotely, so I'm not gonna try and save this thing. I see it as not worth it, especially whenever you can pick up something very similar to this for dirt cheap off the internet. Alright, I decided to go with kind of a smaller, lower velocity round just because it would yield more destruction than your higher velocity full power rifle cartridges would. So I'm just going to use some 22 long rifle on these things, at least for now. We're going to see how overwhelming or underwhelming it is, and if I deem it worthy of more predominant caliber, then I'll go ahead and grab myself something different. This right here is just my Marlin 22, nothing real special about it. Holds 17 rounds or 18 rounds or something like that. Been a while since I used this thing. Now this has been in my family for quite a long time. This is one of the guns that I grew up on. One thing I really don't like about it is the little hunk of metal that you use to raise and lower your sights is no longer gone, so now all I have is just a standard sight picture. It will be interesting to see whether or not this thing shoots high or low without that there. Now these old Marlin 22s do feed from a tubular magazine. I don't necessarily like them all that much because if you have one in the chamber, then they're kind of dangerous to load. On top of that, they're not exactly fast to load. And handling the military surplus that I normally handle, this thing does feel like a toy, although I know it is still significantly dangerous. Alright, up first we're going to go ahead and hit our old school Alcatel, however that's pronounced, old school button phone. We're just going to hit it with one round, see what it does. This ammunition's kind of old, so we might have some hang fires or misfires or things like that. I'll go ahead and move these out of my way. I don't want my enormous feet to smash them before we get a chance to do any damage. Alright, let's go ahead, fire around, see if we even hit it without our sight thing on. Well, it bounced. That tells me we hit it. Oh yes, we definitely hit it, and it of course went right through. Alright, here's our entry wound. There's our exit wound. Obviously went right through. I'm not surprised on that. Now just for shits and giggles, and maybe even some giggles and shits, we're gonna go ahead and shoot it again, just because, boy oh boy, the first time sure was enjoyable. That's what she said. I think I missed. Alright, this thing does seem to fire a little bit low without that thing. Alright, well, our back cover fell off. I managed to hit the buttons on this thing, and of course it tore right through. Our buttons are no more bulletproof than the actual thing itself. Hey, cool. I found the processor to the phone. Doesn't really look like it works though. And the container that originally held the SIM card seems to have been blown out. Nope, the SIM card is right there. Wow. The SIM card is so large, it's right there. It is so large that I thought that that was not the SIM card. All right, let's move on to something else. How about we go ahead and hit our Samsung here? All right, well, that Samsung worked before. It sure as hell ain't gonna work now. I'm gonna go ahead, just see if I can hit it a little in the center. I'm gonna aim dead center, and we're gonna see where the round hits. Well, that phone is gone. I saw something fly off that way, don't know what it was. Yeah, as expected, we are hitting a little bit low. I'm assuming that what flew out of this thing is the battery, and no idea where that went off to. But yeah, in and out, no problem. Right through this thing. Let's hit it a few more times. All right, let's hit it a few times or until it is no longer there. Well, it's still standing. I heard a ricochet. Now, how do you like that? We hit it a couple of times, I missed a couple of times, but there you go. In and out, all the way through, no surprises. All right, now for our RCA big motherfucker right here. There's screws along the cover on that thing, which tells me that's probably how you take it apart. I imagine we could probably take it apart without those screws. All right, let's hit it once, see what happens. Well, she's still standing. Let's hit it again. Well, that time she fell down. Let's have a look. God damn it, I cracked my screen. Ah, jeez, how do you like that? Oh, look, there's broken glass on the inside of the screen. You can see it flopping around on the inside there. All right, well, if you were holding this thing, you probably would have been fine. Although the back broke, it looks like the bullet was stopped inside there. So that's pretty cool, but I'm not certain about that. Let's open this up, have a look. There's our battery. Yeah, the round stopped in that thing. How do you like that? All right, well, that's pretty cool. I feel like it hasn't been damaged enough though, so let's go ahead and put it back. Or maybe I'll just toss it on the ground here so I don't gotta keep walking over there to reset it. All right, let's let it up till we're out of ammo. Well, that didn't take long. So looking at this thing, it looks like the glass isn't actually glass. It's like a type of plastic, and it's got this plastic coating on it. Anyone who has ever like shot bulletproof glass, this is kind of what this looks like. I mean, obviously it's not bulletproof glass, but it's got the glass, I think it's got like a plastic coating on the inside, probably to protect against cracks and whatnot, but that is pretty cool. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take all three of these things, line them up back to back to back, and we're gonna shoot them and see if the rounds go through all of them or how far the rounds go. All right, well, I got them all lined up. Let's go ahead and see if this ammunition fires and how far it goes. We're just gonna shoot it once and test the results. All right, well, that round didn't work, so I don't have just a live round laying in my yard. I'm gonna toss that right there. Never mind, it fell into my yard anyway. All right, take two. Got them all lined up, let's hit them. Well, we hit them. I think I saw something bounce off and land over here. All right, the round went through the Samsung phone and stopped in the Alcatel phone. It did not actually go through and hit our big screen back there. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna light it up to the point to where it gets so compromised that the rounds are able to go all the way through. This is the fun part. Assuming that my gun doesn't malfunction. It looks like that one phone has already fallen out. Well, they're all laying there. I think I still have a few rounds left. Let's still keep hitting them. Like I said, this ammunition's kind of old, so it does malfunction. Well, all right. 3 misfires. All of which were from a batch of ammo that I am surprised worked at all, so not bad. All right, well, these things have definitely seen some better days. I don't think they can even be classified as electronics anymore. This one's raining broken glass. How do you like that? This one right here also has a bunch of broken glass on it and twisted shards of horribly sharp metal. And the Nokia model, the Alcatel, actually looks half decent. So for being shot several times, I mean, you can see where the bullets went in. Most of them hit the buttons down there, but I wouldn't be surprised if you could scavenge some useful components from this phone. And the fact that you could probably scavenge some useful components from this phone means I did not do enough. I'll be right back. That's better! I couldn't find very much of the Samsung and the large iPad looking thing. They were completely and utterly obliterated, as you guys saw. But I did find this right here, which was in the middle of those two. I don't know how those two got destroyed, and this one here is completely fine, but I mean, that's saying something right there. But we can't have that, so I'm just gonna stick this thing up there on its own, and we're gonna hit it again. Take two. Well, that thing no longer exists. They say matter cannot be created nor destroyed. I'm calling bullshit on that one. You know the beauty about destroying things in their entirety? Now I don't have a mess to clean up, so hey, it worked out. God damn it. Where's my actual phone? Oh shit. Anyway guys, hey, thanks for watching. Been a while since I had just a blatantly, openly destructive video like this, so I figured it was about time. I got a couple more things that I'm just gonna completely destroy because it's fun, so if you want to see that, subscribe to the channel. As you can see from the card down there, I do this kind of stuff all the time. It's just what I do. If you like the video, that definitely helps out with YouTube's anti-gun algorithm. Check out the description. You're going to find social medias and Discords and yada yada yada. Okay, well, I am going to go make sure that I put my phone inside, and because I don't see it out here. I'm going to go hunt down my phone. You guys go off. Have a fantastic day. I really hope my phone's not over there, and over there. Oh well, if it is, Walmart's still a thing, so yeah. Been a little while since I've done this. Bonnie and Clyde be damned. The poor man's Garen. It's a shame that bolt-action shotguns aren't more mainstream.